सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः।
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه والمؤمنون كل آمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله وقالوا سمعنا وأطعنا غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا. ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين صدق الله العظيم.
Vice Chancellor, sir, I request you to declare the convocation open.
I declare the convocation open. It's a privilege and honor for me to present the Chancellor's address to you. The Chancellor couldn't be here due to exigencies. So here is the Chancellor's convocation address. Our chief guest for today, Mr. Navdeep Singh Suri, Vice Chancellor, Director of Dubai Campus, distinguished faculty members, graduating students, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed an honor to have the very distinguished Mr. Suri, the Ambassador of India to UAE, as our chief guest today. Today is a day of celebration. There is so much that all of you have accomplished and would be proud of. I'm sure you feel nostalgic. The campus, your professors, the pranks you played, the burning of the midnight oil with your buddies, and much more will, I'm sure, be among your fondest memories at BITS. Congratulations to all of you, the class of 2017. Today, indeed, marks a milestone in your life as you move from your comfort zone at BITS to enter the real world. This is a time when the future is full of uncertainty and change is the only certainty. Therefore, as you move ahead, you will need to embrace these aspects in your stride. Change and uncertainty are most often unsettling. Let me give it a positive spin and impress upon you how you can leverage it. I believe change often throws you into the world of unknown. In addition, moving into this space, combating with it can prove rejuvenating simply because you have to think anew. So look upon change as a positive challenge and an opportunity. I want to focus on two topics in my talk with you today. Firstly, on a new trend, that of youngsters increasingly thinking afresh and becoming innovative disruptors. Secondly, I'd like to share my thoughts on some characteristics necessary for your success and peace of mind, both at the professional and personal front. I believe innovation and disruption are both creative processes. Disruption guru Professor Clayton Christensen says that a disruption displaces an existing market, industry, or technology and produces something new and more efficient and worthwhile. It's at once destructive and creative. Let me look back at the startup scenario. Take the example of Indian big ones such as Ola, Uber, Airbnb, Amazon, and Swiggy, to name a few. They have all been innovative disruptors, quick to adapt their services to the marketplace. Did you know that Uber, the largest taxi cab company, does not own a single taxi? Airbnb, the largest hotel chain, does not own a single hotel. Facebook began as a social networking endeavor, then morphed into several new areas. It's the largest media company projecting films, which does not own a television or a Hollywood studio. Amazon, the world's largest bookstore as well, does not store a single book. Today, Uber and Google have become verbs. All this has been accomplished simply because of their intuition and turning the traditional way of thinking on its head. Of course, innovation surfaces from a deep penetrative insight into what is the key value driver, or at times from a pattern recognition. I find that the nation is undergoing a phenomenal shift as far as innovation and disruption is concerned. Our youngsters are redefining transactions, recoursing to blockchain innovations, working in robotics, bionics, and several crowdsourced as well as resource collaboration platforms. They are driven by their passion to create, innovate, and disrupt. So look at the humongous opportunities that will open up when you jog your brains and think of the next big step which would emerge as a consequence of the innovation and disruption path that you take on. I would also urge you to have an appetite for risk. Alongside agility and responsiveness are integral to detect what's next. Let me move on to the qualities of character that should constantly be on your radar. Learn to shoulder responsibility early on. The sense of achievement will be unparalleled. At the same time, a word of caution: accomplish a task really well, and the company will add it to your regular set of duties. Learn to define success. Success isn't just which prestigious company we work for, what our designation is, how much money we make, or what our prerequisites are. Rather, it's a far more wholesome concept. Remember, it's the distance that you have traveled from where you began, rather than how far you wish you had gone by now. That, to me, is the true measure of one's success. Learn how to be a good listener. The greater the complexity of the issue, the greater is the tendency to view only facts and figures, neglecting the anxieties, expectations, the conflicts that underline the issue. In such a process, people need to unravel agenda, appreciate apprehensions, and relate to the emotionally charged response. When this doesn't happen, the solutions that emanate are suboptimal. Never burn your candle at both ends. Pursue your dreams, but you need to also unplug yourself. Have time for the family. Cultivate hobbies even as you enjoy your work. Guts, passion, and fire in the belly are all fine, but a compassionate soul is a must. Reach out to those who are not as privileged as you are. Try and make a difference to humanity in whatever way you can. As you enter a complex world where you will have to take a position, express opinion, shape it, and lead to make it a better place. I wish you all the very best. As we voyage into a sensational future, we must find it within ourselves to look beyond ourselves. It's the responsibility of every generation to leave behind a safer, superior, a more enlightened world than the one that they inherit. When future generations look back upon us, they must credit us for being a generation that actually foresaw the future and helped give the world a better tomorrow. As they say, giving is true having. The teachings of the Buddha tell us that thousands of candles can be lit from a single candle, and yet the life of that candle will not be shortened. Thank you.
Vice Chancellor, sir. Now I request you to present the report on the activities of the Institute.
Your Excellency Navdeep Singh Suri, Dr. Narayana R. Aluru, recipient of Distinguished Alumnus Award 2017, Professor Arin Saha, Director of BITS PILANI Dubai Campus, members of the Senate, Registrar, faculty and staff of BITS PILANI Dubai Campus, other dignitaries present here today, and of course, the graduating class of 2017 and their proud parents. It's a privilege and honor to welcome you all to Convocation 2017 of BITS PILANI Dubai campus. It's a special honor for us to have His Excellency Navdeep Singh Suri, the Ambassador of India to UAE, with us as the chief guest. Sir, we all are eagerly looking forward to the inspiring words from you. Today, I will present an overview report of the University, BITS PILANI, to highlight the achievements across our 4 physical campuses and the off-campus and the industry engagement virtual campus as well. And Director Professor Saha will present a report specific to Dubai campus. I'm pleased to start with the graduation statistics of 2016-17. This is for the entire university, remember. This year, 3,452 students will graduate, out of which 25% are female students. Of these, 2,377 are in undergraduate with 25% female students. 420 are in PG, having 32% female population. 543, having 22% female students, will receive 2 degrees under the dual degree program. 112 students with 36% female population will graduate with a doctoral degree. You are aware of BITS PILANI's pioneering role in offering UG and PG programs to over 22,000 working industry professionals under the WILP program. Many of these operate in partnership with industrial organizations. This year, 7,952 students are graduating from our off-campus programs, out of which 2,890 are female students, that's 36%. Of these, 1,140 are in UG, 10% female, and 6,812 are in postgraduate, 41% female students who will graduate with a formal degree for the first time in their lives, or will have upgraded their skills to keep up with the fast changing world. BITS PILANI commenced admission to international students for its Indian campuses in 2015-16. We started with Hyderabad. We added Goa campus last year, and this year we have added Pilani campus. So all 3 Indian campuses have international student admission now, and we use advanced SAT scores as the admission criteria. With growing number of students from different countries, we look forward to providing enriching global experience inside and outside the classrooms and labs to our diverse student population. Our business incubation and entrepreneurship activities witnessed a salubrious continuity during the year across our campuses. In our 3 Indian campuses, we currently have a total of 27 incubatees and 26 have graduated. 26 startups have moved out of our TBIs to form and succeed outside. That's a total of 53 startups nurtured by us already. Many of them are national and international award winners in this workspace. Startups founded and co-founded by BITSians and maturing to leading corporate entities, disrupting existing business scenario are around aplenty, and some of them are household names already in India and beyond. I believe there is at least one graduating student who is part of founding a startup, which is already fairly well known. The Goa TBI is strengthening the incubation infrastructure by setting up the BITS BIRAC Bionest 3,000 square feet facility with a nearly 30 million rupees support from BIRAC. At Hyderabad, 4 faculty startups raised 19 million rupees through BIRAC. The glucose sensor technology developed by Professor Suman Kapoor has been chosen by ICAMR for a US, European, and UK patent. During 2016-17, 6 Indian patent applications and 4 international patent applications were filed. BITS PILANI is poised to contribute toward entrepreneurial activities while aligning itself to the Startup India initiative. We recently signed a MOU with NRDC to accelerate efforts towards technology commercialization. Ranking. Everybody talks about ranking these days. This year, BITS PILANI has been ranked in the World University Ranking of both THE, Times Higher Education, and QS, the most eminent international rankings today. Our THE Asia University ranking improved by 10 to 181, 190 band in 2017. This year we have debuted in the QS World Ranking, University Ranking, where only 20 institutes from India are ranked, and only 2 of them are in the non-government category. BITS is one of them. And I'm very happy to mention that such rankings, it remains our focus, and we are going to generate metrics which will attract better rankings for our institute. Within India, the NIRF 2017, the National Institutional Ranking Framework of MHRD, has ranked BITS PILANI at 13 in the university category in 2017 and 6th in the pharmacy category. That's the national rank. Our plan to recruit faculty, research-focused faculty members continues to gain traction. During 2016-17, 80 new faculty members joined BITS PILANI across its 4 campuses, and this is the highest in 5 years. And 15 more are expected to join. We made 93 offers for new faculty members this year. We seem to have arrested the attrition rate as well during the year compared to the previous 3-4 years. BITS PILANI appointed the first alumni relations dean last year and this year, and I think we are making interesting moves. We are organizing good framework in the alumni space so that we leverage on our extremely eminent alumni that are out there. Some of them are present here today. Let me share with you, we have 52,500 alums out there. That's a healthy number, and it's of huge eminence. I think the eminence is much bigger than that 52,500 in my perception. We also have, that's the on-campus degree holders. We also, and this is only the number since 1964, since we formally became a university. Of course, we have extremely eminent alums who graduated before 1964 as well. We also have about 73,000 graduates, alumni, who graduated from our off-campus WILP program. A brief look at the research scenario. Our PhD program and sponsored research projects are now feeding into each other's growth. PhD scholar population has grown from 417 to 855 in the last 6 years, with a current female scholar population of a healthy 38%. I'm very happy to see that. We are looking to garner additional financial support for a greater population of research scholars, since this forms the core workforce to enhance research quantity and quality. We have recently upgraded the scholarship amounts closer to the national level for our 3 Indian campuses. New external research funding has grown from 127 million rupees in 2015-16 to 302 million in 2016-17. That's nearly 140% growth in 1 year. We also achieved a milestone with 104 new projects received in a given year. 24 projects of rupees 60 million were from industries. It's about 20% of the fresh projects that we received during 2016-17, and 5 international projects of 24 million rupees. During 2016-17, we had 282 externally funded ongoing projects worth 730 million rupees. That's a little bit of picture statistics from the research space. Some of the significant research grants: 2 grants from Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation of $135,000 and $42,000 to Dr. Srikant Mutnuri of Goa campus in partnership with Cranfield, UK, and Caltech. 2 consortia projects of 39 million rupees were awarded to Professor Sunil Band of Goa campus by RD Tata Trust and ICAR, with BITS PILANI share of 10 million rupees. A technology for purification of harvested rainwater has been developed by Professor Rajiv Gupta and others from Pilani campus, supported by BITS Pilani funding under Center for Research Excellence in Water, Wastewater and Energy Management, along with a 20 million rupees grant from DST. International grant of 135,000 euro under Indigo project with Sintef Norway to 3 faculty members of Mechanical Engineering Department, Pilani campus. Dr. A.K. Vaish of Pilani campus received a consultancy grant of 1.8 crore rupees from HCL Infotech, 370,000 euro grant from DAD and Festo Didactic Germany to Professor K. Sangwan, Pilani campus. One of the indicators of research progress is the statistics on research publication in index journals and their citations. 782 is the number of publications in Scopus index journals in the calendar year 2016, and during 2011 to 2016, that's 6 years, our articles earned nearly 3,400 citations as per Scopus index. I think in terms of absolute numbers, some of these numbers could be somewhat smaller than the lead research universities in India. The mostly or all of them government funded institutes. But in terms of growth, in terms of the gradient, I think it looks pretty healthy, and I think good days are ahead for us. Our faculty members are responding well to the call for better research. Digital education, that's a space, a lot of activity all over the world is happening these days. BITS Pilani has been using technology platforms for education for more than a decade now and has developed digital content for more than 40 semester-length courses. Recently, BITS has agreed to become a contributor to the MHRD MOOC initiative called SIAM, where we will initially offer 10 courses to be developed in our studios and to be made available via the SIAM online platform as well as the broadcast channel. BITS is also planning to offer online certificates through multiple channels and or online platforms. We have set up teaching learning center at all campuses, including Dubai campus, to help improve pedagogy and instruction and bring innovation into student learning. We received a grant of rupees 6.4 million through IIT Kharagpur on contributing to developing suitable pedagogical methods. These course materials are now available online. Industry engagement is one of the cornerstones of the educational philosophy of BITS Pilani. It's exemplified by two of its largest and most successful such programs, the Practice School and the Work Integrated Learning Program, which are outstanding models of industry-academia cooperation. Alumni from this campus are doing exceedingly well, being in leading positions in various fields in the UAE and across the world, with over 1,000 leading companies having recruited BITS Dubai graduates. Many are successful entrepreneurs embodying the spirit of the UAE and BITS Pilani. While remaining loyal to the core values of the parent institute, BITS Pilani, this campus, has achieved great prominence among the region's educational institutions. Over the years, BITS Dubai campus has made commendable contributions in the field of education within the UAE in particular and the MENA region in general, and is reckoned as one of the pioneer institutions in the field of engineering education in the UAE. But I'm sure all my colleagues will join me in sharing this thought that we cannot rest on our laurels. We have to figure out ways and means to improve our academic standards and be the best and not a second to none. You know. So this is something we are going to embark upon. This is something I'm going to be engaging on with my colleagues in Dubai campus. So there is room to improve. We will. That's the conviction, and I'm sure all our students and faculty colleagues will respond to this. The Institute has contributed to UAE's vision to prosper the economy and its citizens through high-quality education, training, and research. Having felt the nerve of the region, it has tailored its courses and programs to respond to the region's needs. The Entrepreneurship Incubation Center caters to the entrepreneurial spirits of our students in the UAE. Let me share some of the awards and laurels of faculty members during 2016-17, and I'll start with this campus. Professor A.P. Singh has been nominated as an expert in the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India, and by Himachal Pradesh Public Service Commission. He was also nominated as an external member of Advisory Committee for Special Assistance Program by the University Grants Commission. Professor Shaji Shah Jabin received Best Professor in Humanities and Social Sciences under the category Middle East Education Leadership Award, organized and presented by World Sustainability and World CSR Foundation. Move to Goa campus. Faculty laurels, Professor Baral, Professor Singru, and Professor Srinivas received Best Paper and Poster Awards at leading conferences. Professor Manjare has been appointed by the Goa State Pollution Control Board as a member of Expert Appraisal Committee. Akanksha Saini, Research Scholar, Department of Chemistry, secured the first prize for a research work co-authored by Professor Ranjan De and presented at the Royal Society of Chemistry Symposium. Hyderabad campus, Professor Srinivas received the AIF Stanford MedTech Awards. Professor Sriram has been awarded DBT's Tata Innovation Fellowship for 2016 to 2019. Professor Yogeshwari is the recipient of the Women in Education Award, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation Global Health Travel Award, and the I3 Gold Award for Best Innovator of the Year. Professor Suman Kapoor was the DBT nominee at Slush 2016, world's leading startup event held at Helsinki, Finland. Her startup product, Right Biotic, was featured in the coffee table book of DBT. Dr. Anasua Guhorai received the Outstanding Reviewer recognition from International Journal of Geomechanics of ASC. Professor B. Mishra has been selected as a visiting associate of IUCA, Inter-University Center for Astronomy and Astrophysics, for the period 2016 to 19. Dr. Shivani Gupta, a former research scholar in biological science, received the Stanford Biodesign Fellowship. And finally, a selected few from our Pilani campus. Dr. Indresh Kumar was conferred the Professor D.K. Banerjee Memorial Lecture Award of the Department of Organic Chemistry, ISC Bangalore, for the year 2016. Professor Dalip Kumar won the CRSI Bronze Medal 2017 by the Chemical Research Society of India. Professor Vishal Saxena has received the ASM IUS STF Indoor US Research Professorship 2017. Professor J. Panwar has been awarded a visiting professorship under INSA CAS International Bilateral Exchange Collaboration Program of 2016. Our students have done remarkably in terms of laurels and accolades during the year across all 4 campuses. I present to you a few of the more notable ones. More details are available in the booklet, in the Convocation booklet. I'm sure Professor Shaha will share a bit more details on the Dubai performance. Let me start with Dubai campus itself. IOTA, a 14-member robotics team from this campus, finished 6th in the national category for their smart oil spill solution using drones in the UAE Drones for Good Award. They were also shortlisted for Expo 2020 Live for a grant of $100,000. Alina Zaidi, Shabiha Sheikh, and Revant Verma triumphed in the Microsoft Office Specialist Championship 2017 conducted by FAME Training Institute. They represented UAE in the World Championship held at Anaheim, California, where Alina Zaidi was among the top 10 winners. Team Asteri, Jeevan Sandhu, Tania Kalyani, Nishank Singhal, and Aman Kulashreshtha won the first place in the Angel Hack competition held in April 2016 at the Microsoft headquarters, Dubai Internet City. WrapUp is a smart voice recording platform that uses AI to transform speech into useful business data. It's also a startup co-founded by Rishabh Jalan. I believe Rishabh is with us today. And Ayush Chordia, ex-Bitsian, was invited by MIT Enterprise Forum to present in TechCrunch Disrupt SF 2016. Came out winner in the Global Student Entrepreneur Awards competition in UAE, and it secured $800,000 in VC funding in 2016. Rishabh Jalan was also invited to travel to Microsoft Redmond, representing all the students of the Gulf region for the MVP Summit event in November 2016. Rohit Basu secured 3rd position among all the universities in UAE in the Microelectronics Olympiad held at American University Sharjah. Praveen Kumar and Shikhar Singh reached the top 7 in innovative cyber security ideas competition organized by Dubai Electronic Security Center, Government of Dubai. The BPDC team was among the top 20 world finalists in Solar Decathlon competition 2018. The Dubai students group have done exceedingly well. I think they deserve a big hand. Give them a big applause. I moved to Goa campus, student accolades, the Startup Drone Nation by Vishar Shroff, Chetan Reddy, and Nikhil Khedekar. They were selected to receive incubation support and finance grant from Nidhi Prayas DST. Ambarish Rathi, Devangsh Raj, and Rachit Gupta did overseas internships in some of the most prestigious research institutes such as University of Manitoba, Canada, Max Planck Institute for Development Biology, Germany. Pranjal Agarwal, final year mechanical engineering, secured 100 percentile in his first attempt in the CAT 2015 and topped the exam. Our Goa campus football team, Professor Shaha, we are extremely proud of all the cups. It's a remarkable collection. The sports activity of Dubai campus students is absolutely extraordinary. But here is a little pinch of extraordinary performance from one of our other campus students. This is unusual. A campus student team is playing in a professional football league, and that too in a state like Goa, where football is religion. So our Goa campus football team, BITS FC, aptly named, I would say, registered as a club under the Goa Football Association, participated in the 3rd Division League last year, first time, and immediately got promoted to 2nd Division because they finished runner-up in the league. Beautiful. Barshit Taluri from Goa campus and Kunjesh Agashiwala, Nihar Disari and Vaibhav Garg from Pilani campus were selected for the prestigious Viterbi India Program 2016 of University of Southern California. Notable student accolades from Hyderabad campus, Darshan Chauhan Shirin Fatima received prestigious summer research fellowships at IIT Bombay and Germany. Akshay Bhatnagar, PhD student, was awarded DBT travel grant to attend the annual Biophysical Society meeting 2016 held in Los Angeles. Student accolades from Pilani campus. In a thrilling finale that had 27 teams from schools and colleges across the country, Team Negative Time from BITS Pilani emerged as the winners of Microsoft Imagine Cup India 2017. I've seen the list, and they bet all the IIT teams, they bet IISc team. It's superlative performance, I tell you. Microsoft Corporation selected Anshu Agarwal and Akshit Bordia to represent India in the World Summit 2017 at Seattle, to be held along with the world's biggest development conference, BUILD. Only 100 individuals are selected from across the globe from a pool of over 1 lakh applicants. BITS Pilani swept the 5th edition of Avery Dennison Spirit of Invention Invent Scholarship, bagging 6 of the 10 national awards. The winners are Akriti Agarwal, Alankrit Jain, Anirudh Tusniyal, Anmal Gupta, Niraj Gari, and Vaibhav Agarwal, all from Pilani campus. This year, 4 Pilani campus students in the same event for 2017, Nishad Shahu, Rituraj Patil, Siddharth Mehta, and Shambhuddha Chakravarti, are among the 10 nationally selected for the 2017 Avery Dennison Foundation Invent Scholarship Award. These students are also from Pilani campus. A EEE student team bagged the silver position in National KPIT Sparkle 2017 for the Smart City Innovation Challenge. Team BITS won this year's Perseverance and Spirit of the Event Award in Shell Eco Marathon Asia SEMA. Roshni Chabra was declared winner of IET India Scholarship Award. Latch, the winning team from BITS Pilani campus, comprising Parthasathi, Suvhiga Vijay, and Amritangsu Jain, won the iTech 2017 ITC Infotech's annual technology innovation and co-creation platform and received the grand prize of rupees 3 lakh. BITS Pilani is committed to shape the minds of students in a manner that they become important agents of social change since its inception. The institution has produced students that have helped to move our society forward using their ideas and creativity, their leadership abilities, and innovative traits. The sense of purpose that the students discover at the institute teaches them that they are part of something bigger than the individual selves. For our society to keep moving forward, the graduating students have a generational responsibility to use their knowledge and skills to create opportunities for social growth. The faculty and students at BITS are committed to an academic and professional environment where everyone has this sense of larger purpose. Your Excellency Navdeep Singh Suri, thank you for being with us at this very joyous moment for the entire BITS family. My faculty colleagues, staff, and students are as grateful as I am. I would also like to thank our Chancellor, Dr. Kumar Mangalam Birla, and members of the Board of Governors for their unflinching support to BITS Pilani. Finally, I express my gratitude for all my faculty and staff colleagues for their commitment to excel in every aspect of teaching and research in classrooms, in laboratories, and beyond. They are ensuring that BITS Pilani remains a top destination for the students, for the faculty members, for the research funds, and for the recruiters. I would like my faculty colleague and staff members to join me in congratulating all our students who will be graduating today from this campus. We wish you every success. We wish you every success as you commence this next exciting stage of your life and career following today's commencement ceremony. As a graduate and ambassador of BITS PILANI, you are the torchbearer of an extremely rich heritage. I believe that you, like many of your seniors, will make us a few inches taller in pride, like Narayan Aluru has done. Victory without virtue has no value. So remember this, victory without virtue, we are not interested in that. While securing yourself professionally, you must remain hungry, remain passionate to do something meaningful. While you all strive to do well, you must also do some good. Something good for the fellow citizens and for the society, be a compassionate, good human being. Your alma mater has now given a passport, the wings to fly to uncharted territories, to succeed in your professional journey. Make sure that you also show the gratitude back to your institute. Contribute generously in all forms to make BITS PILANI stronger, more eminent in years to come. Let the world know your strengths, the blend of empathy and intellect that you bear. Adversaries may come your way, but courage lies not in avoiding them, but dealing with them with optimism and rationale for a better tomorrow. We listen to Confucius, the greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Thank you very much for your patient listening.
Good evening. Chief guest for the occasion, Your Excellency Mr. Navdeep Singh Suri, the recipient of Distinguished Alumnus Award 2017, Professor Narayana Aluru, Vice Chancellor Professor Souvik Bhattacharya, invited dignitaries and guests, BITS alumni, faculty and staff colleagues, graduating students and their family members, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I welcome you all to the Convocation 2017 of Dubai campus. In this convocation, 382 students of the 14th batch of Dubai campus will receive their degree, of which 353 will receive their first degree and 28 will receive their higher degree. One candidate has completed her doctoral degree. Koza Jaidali Haidar Ali will receive gold medal, Amartya Das Sharma will receive silver, and Lauren Alisa Fernandez and Amir Jamal Afsan Jamal will receive bronze medals for their excellent academic performance. Unfortunately, Mr. Jaidul Haidar Ali will not be able to receive it here because he has already joined university in the US for higher study. In addition, the Directors' Medals 2017 for Best All-Round Achievements, girls and boys, will be awarded to Ms. Ashriya and Mr. Rambhia Akash Nitin respectively. I am also pleased to announce the winners of DISC Academic Excellence Award, Khoza Zaidul Haidar Ali of first degree and Ms. Smita S of higher degree for their top academic performance. I offer my heartiest congratulations to all medal winners on their glorious achievement. On this joyous occasion, I shall share with you some important achievements during the last academic year 2016-17 and highlight some of our ongoing activities and future aspirations. BITS PILANI Dubai campus, established in the year 2000, is the offshore campus of the internationally reputed Birla Institute of Technology and Science PILANI. It is offering high-quality technical education to the students in the UAE and the neighboring countries and also India to prepare them for future global leadership role in various areas. BITS PILANI Dubai campus currently offers 8 first degree programs and 5 higher degree programs apart from the doctoral program in engineering and allied areas, with a total enrollment about 1,700 students, with 35% of whom are girls. In coming years, we expect these numbers to grow significantly and reach 2,500. From the campus, 4,165 students have graduated so far, out of which more than 30% were girls. Linkage with industries is core of the academic program of BITS PILANI. Practice school program of Dubai campus is being conducted successfully since inception and extended to all students of the institute. PS2 during the last academic year was conducted at 56 stations with 144 students in the first semester and 180 students in the second semester. PS1 was conducted at 94 stations for 424 students during June to August 2017. Around 57 faculty members of the campus were involved in successful conduction of PS1 and PS2. Students were sent to reputed multinational and national companies in UAE, and most of the companies paid out-of-pocket allowance of AD 1,000 to AD 4,500 per month to the students apart from other benefits. Students were benefited from the exposure as work on real-life problems and linking classroom knowledge to professional work. BITS PILANI Dubai campus is committed to provide excellent job opportunities to graduating students and place them in reputed organizations. Placement Division works closely with students to understand their career goals and aspiration and accordingly try to provide job opportunities which are available in the UAE, GCC countries and India. A comprehensive placement training program is conducted prior to the placement session. Placement Division of BITS PILANI Dubai campus organized a career workshop oriented to provide students with an outlook of the employment market all over and how to proceed for further education. Academics and research are at the core of BITS PILANI Dubai campus, as in BITS PILANI Indian campuses. The institute took several initiatives to enhance the quality of academic programs, teaching, learning, and research. Through a rigorous and centralized recruitment process of hiring high-quality teaching faculty, Dubai campus recruited about 30 faculty members since August 2015, mostly PhD and postdoctoral experience from reputed institutes in India, USA, Europe, like IITs and all high-level US and Europe universities. The institute established Teaching and Learning Center in line with the university-wide shift towards a greater emphasis on teaching and learning. TLC supports faculty and department through its professional development services in the development and delivery of innovative approaches designed to enhance students' learning experiences. The institute has introduced seed grant scheme and research initiation grant to faculty to stimulate competitive research in strategic areas for the development of UAE in areas of international or industrial importance to promote innovative product and technology development. These schemes have served to attract quality faculty to BITS to perform quality research along with effective teaching. In 2016-17, 3 research projects in emerging areas have been sanctioned under seed grant from internal resource and through a competitive review process, each of about AED 120,000. Faculty members are collaborating with colleagues of Indian campuses and researchers of other institutions. During 2016-17, they submitted 10 research projects for external funding worth AED 2.3 million. Research collaboration have also been established with several universities and institutes from the UAE and other countries. Faculty members also submitted proposals to industries for funding and consultancy project. Faculty of Mechanical, EEE and Chemical departments obtained industrial consultancy project worth AED 125,000 last year. Last year, 36 students completed first degree thesis and 25 students did higher degree dissertation, of which 10 students did off-campus at institutes like MIT USA, institution in Germany and India. Faculty students published papers in international and Indian journals and also shared their research through paper and poster presentation in international, Indian and local conferences. Faculty members published 26 research papers in peer-reviewed journals and published 27 research papers in international conferences of repute. Invited talks were delivered by several BITS faculty at international conferences and workshops held in UAE, India, USA, and other countries. Several workshops with high potential for research and innovation were organized by the various departments and professional bodies of the institute. Some of these workshops attracted participation from all over the UAE, transforming the events into a national level engagement for academia. Additionally, a series of guest lectures, seminars, and interactive sessions by eminent members of academia and industry were organized in order to enrich the knowledge of the faculty and students during the year. Several eminent people also visited the campus. Moving forward, the students of the campus wholeheartedly participated in various academic and extracurricular activities and continue to bring laurels to the institute. I will mention few because it cannot be possible to describe everything, but it is in the report. Alina Zaidi, Sabina Saik, and Revant Varma, students of BITS PILANI Dubai campus, triumphed in the Microsoft Office Specialist Championship 2017, conducted by FAME Training Institute, Dubai. The BITS team winners Alina Zaidi and Sabia Shaikh represented UAE in the World Championship held in Anaheim, California, where Alina Zaidi was among the top 10 winners in MSXL 2013 category. IOTA, a 14-member robotics team from BITS PILANI Dubai campus, finished 6th in the national category for their IDEA Smart Oil Spill Solution using drones in the 3rd edition of the UAE Drones for Good Award. Also, I4 and our Formula One clubs, they also participated in international international exhibitions where they presented their idea and models at those competitions. Rohit Basu secured 3rd position in the Microelectronics Olympiad held at American University of Sharjah. Praveen Kumar and Shikhar Singh participated in the Innovative Cyber Security Ideas competition organized by Dubai Electronic Security Center, Government of Dubai. Their idea, detecting and preventing DDoS attacks using artificial neural networks, made it to the top 7 ideas. Jiban Sandhu, Tania Kalwani, Nishank Singhai, and Aman Kulsreshta owned the first place in the Angel Sack competition held at the Microsoft Dubai Internet City. The final year student Rishabh Jalan and BITS alumnus Ayush Shodia, who co-founded the wrap-up startup, were invited by the MIT Enterprise Forum to present the startup in TechnoCrunch Disrupt SF 2016. Rishabh Jalan was invited by Microsoft to travel to their headquarters in Seattle, representing the Gulf region for most valuable MVP Summit event held at the Redmond, Washington, USA. Shaugat Alabadi and Kunal Malhotra participated in Code Jam 2016 at Middlesex University, Dubai, and won the first prize. 2 teams from Microsoft Tech Club of the Institute participated in the Ministry of Finance Hackathon organized by Microsoft. The team with Joan Fernandez, Manjishwil, and colleagues and friends, Sharma won 2nd prize of $8,000, and the one with Ayush Gulati, Donjo Martin, and others won the 3rd prize of $6,000. Amartya Das Sharma, Arun S. Shikhar Singh participated in the 17th Gulf Programming Contest held at Gulf University for Science and Technology, Kuwait, and won the 5th prize in this prestigious and highly competitive program contest by solving 6 problems. Sports and cultural events, as our Vice Chancellor mentioned, BITS PILANI Dubai students are always ahead. So sports and cultural events have always added color to the intense knowledge center activities of the BITS PILANI Dubai campus. The sports club organized BITS Sports Festival where 34 universities participated, and the BITS Dubai team won the overall championship. The great footballer Diego Maradona graced the concluding function. The BITS Dubai team also won the several overall championship in DISC Sporting Festival. The BITS Dubai team won the top places in various sports and games competition organized by other universities. Social and Environmental Club organized Danutsav that had activities like a clothes collection drive, day with special children, lunch for supporting staff of the institute, and several other things. With the belief of making a difference to the community, the club members and 120 volunteers organized an unparalleled event called Spectrum for differently able students. 5 school children were invited to the campus and spent nearly more than half day with the students and participated in various activities. 2 blood donation camps were organized by the club, one in each semester in association with Latifa Hospital. About 150 units of blood were donated in each semester. They also organized several other activities. The music club and fashion club participated and won laurels in various competitions. An art exhibition, Kalakriti, was organized by art club, and competitions like blind art, face painting, illusion dioptica, and other competitions were organized. Art club students were felicitated in the honoring ceremony for the Innovation from Waste 2016 organized by Dubai Municipality under the umbrella of My City, My Environment campaign. The dance club, fashion club of the institute participated in many laurels at various competitions, including inter-university and college competition. BITS PILANI Dubai campus hosted the Tata Crucible Campus Quiz organized by the Tata Group and conducted by Quiz Master Pramod George. Mr. Bipul, Consul General of India to Dubai, was the chief guest for that event. Going forward, Center for Innovation, Incubation and Entrepreneurship Dubai, established to foster the entrepreneurship among the students and provided support to the translate ideas into successful ventures. They conducted several competitions and the students participated in various competitions and won laurels for the institute. Our alumni have been an integral part of our community and have been supporting us with their work and wisdom. Several alumni conducted interactive sessions on entrepreneurship and others, provided career guidance, conducted special workshops on advanced topics or subjects. The institute hosted the BITSA Global Meet 2017 organized by BITSA and BITSA Middle East, officially inaugurated by Esa M. Bastaki, President of University of Dubai. Mr. Anurag Bhushan, Consul General of India in Dubai, addressed in that function, and Mr. Ranbir Trehan delivered the keynote address. BITSA Middle East Quiz Night was also organized at the institute, which provided a wonderful platform for the interaction between the students and alumni of BITS. BITS PILANI Dubai campus believes in investing in technology and high-end facilities to provide the best education. In addition to Cisco Telepresence Conference Room and the 170 capacity Telepresence Classroom, which are the state-of-the-art high-definition video conferencing facilities, innovation or creative laboratory is established for encouraging students to realize their innovative ideas with 24/7 working opportunity. We are proactively making every effort to enhance and encourage research activities and improve academic performance. As collaborating with industries and industry-sponsored research projects become increasingly important, we need to change our outlook to cater to the need of the hour and work towards research objectives and industry collaboration. Building an institute of this scale and caliber can only be a collaborative effort. It requires the support and cooperation of government machinery, regulatory authorities, the media, members of the community, the faculty and staff, and of course, the parents of our students. I'd like to take this opportunity to express my deepest gratitude to the government of Dubai and UAE for their unflinching support for the cause of higher education in this country. I'd like to put on record my appreciation for the constant support and cooperation of TCOM, DISC, and KSDA. I'd also like to specially thank the members of the print media, faculty and staff members, and the parents for without their support, we could not have brought the campus to this level. I sincerely extend my gratitude to our chief guest, Your Excellency Mr. Navdeep Singh Suri, for gracing this occasion. I express my heartfelt gratitude to our Chancellor, Mr. Kumamangalam Birla, for his continuous support and guidance. I'd also like to thank the member of the Board of Governors and Vice Chancellor, Professor Souvik Bhattacharya, for partaking in this memorable occasion. Finally, I take this opportunity to congratulate the graduating students and wish them success in all their future endeavors. We are proud of you. Hope you will bring fame and name to your alma mater and your family in the years to come. Thank you. I think we all are eagerly waiting to hear from our chief guest. I'll introduce our chief guest. Mr. Navdeep Suri joined the Indian Foreign Service in 1983 and has served the India's diplomatic missions in Cairo, Damascus, Washington, Dar es Salaam, and London, and as India's Consul General in Johannesburg. He has also headed the West Africa and Public Diplomacy divisions at the Ministry of External Affairs. He was India's High Commissioner to Australia and Ambassador to Egypt prior to his current assignment as Ambassador of India to the UAE. His innovative use of social media in public diplomacy has received extensive recognition and 2 prestigious awards. Mr. Suri has learned Arabic and French, has a master's degree in economics, and has written of India's Africa policy on public diplomacy and on the IT outsourcing industry. His English translation of his grandfather Nanak Singh's classic Punjabi novels have been published by the Penguin as The Watchmaker and by HarperCollins as A Life Incomplete. Mr. Suri is accompanied by his wife, Mani, who is a degree in economics and is now an accomplished graphic designer and potter. They have 2 daughters, one a journalist and the other an avid environmentalist. I just would like to mention one important point. After talking to him about this Arabic language, etc., he informed or suggested that offering the Arabic course in Dubai campus may be beneficial for the students for their employment. And I would like to inform you, we have already approved a course in Senate which is offered in this semester. Thank you very much.
Professor Bhattacharya, Vice Chancellor, Professor Shah, the distinguished members of the Senate, the academics, this energetic class of 2017, and the proud parents and family members who've come to see them. I must say that it's a little intimidating to speak in front of an audience where there's so much cumulative brain power that a diplomat and bureaucrat feel somewhat handicapped. I should also say that how much I envy you who are graduating in 2017 with such an exciting time to enter the streams that you are choosing for yourself. You're living in a time where the grammar of language is changing, where disruption gets a positive instead of the negative connotation that we learned when we were in class. The disruptor in the class was the kid who had to be punished. Now has to be celebrated. You live in a time where a humble villager in Bihar needing some information can go to a kiosk or a phone and say, "Hey bhai, googla do isko." Google it. And as the Chancellor's address mentioned, where nouns like Google and Uber start to become verbs, that's the new grammar that we're learning. Now, I have to say that I've never seen myself as technologically challenged, as some of my colleagues might. Back in 1984, I bought my first computer in Cairo during my first posting. It was an Apple IIc with the magnificent 128K RAM. And yet it had an integrated software package called AppleWorks that did more or less everything that I wanted it to do at that point of time. Move on to 1991, and I was in Delhi. It was an exciting time. Prime Minister Narasimha Rao and Finance Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh had just launched India's famous economic reforms. And I was in the economic division of our ministry. And we took upon ourselves that we would paraphrase the government's new economic policies into simple English and put them on those wonderful things that we had then, 5.25-inch floppies. And we did a floppy disk called Doing Business with India back in 91. Later in 95, when I was in Washington, Windows 95 was just to be launched. Until then, we used to work on a C prompt. I'm sure many will remember. And DOS was king. And we queued up outside Comp USA because there were special deals on offer on the first Windows 95 to become available. But even then, earlier this year in May, both here in Dubai and in Abu Dhabi, we organized a Startup India Summit. And we brought in 18 carefully curated startups from 4 sectors: artificial intelligence and deep learning, or machine learning, or deep tech, software as a service, SaaS, ed tech, and health tech. And listen to those presentations like a little kid who was in a completely different universe and realized, both with a sense of remiss and a sense of excitement, that how much far behind we've fallen, our generation, people like me, who thought we knew a little bit, and yet the speed at which things are moving. And that's the universe that you are entering, so lucky you. you're also lucky and blessed to be receiving high quality education at a campus like this, in a prestigious institution like this. Somebody like me, coming from DAV College and Guru Nanak University in Amritsar, can only, again, envy what you are receiving. Your institution has produced so many distinguished alumni over the years, and certainly one of our really smart batchmates in the Indian Foreign Service, who's currently our ambassador in Thailand, is a BITS PILANI alumni, Bhagwan Singh Bishnoi. So I'm sure that for those of you who are receiving their degrees, this particular day will remain etched in your memories for a very long time. And long after the applause has subsided, and you've all moved on to different professions, maybe in UAE, maybe in India, maybe somewhere else in the world, looking at different professions. So, what do I talk to you about? And that's a query then when Professor Shah approached me. So I thought, let me stick to my core competence, which is to talk about the subject that I know a little bit about, which is what India is doing in UAE, what our relationship is, what is it to be a diplomat, what is the role, what is the job, and maybe, like my friend Bishnoi, some of you may look at the Indian Foreign Service as a possible career option, and so might find something that I have to say today of some value, and look at it, what life might be to serve in any of India's 160 embassies or consulates spread across the globe, or in the Ministry of External Affairs in Delhi, where you obtain a much more granular view of the whole foreign policy making processes. And as you get a few gray hair and some more experience, you actually become an input into foreign policy processes. Let me start with the UAE side then. I think it would be fair to say that India's relations with UAE right now are at their best ever. We've always taken pride that we've had a cordial relationship. We say that our relations go back many centuries, to medieval times, to before that. But I think it would be honest to say that just about 2 years back, in August 2015, the relations got a real boost with the visit of Prime Minister Modi. It was quite unprecedented that His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed and other members of the royal family were there at the airport to receive him. And when I was told halfway through my term in Australia to move to UAE, and my father said, "Have you done something wrong? Why are you moving from such a big country to such a small country?" And I posed a similar question in Delhi. My boss told me, in the last year, Prime Minister Modi went to the airport only twice to receive a dignitary. The first was President Obama, and the second was Sheikh Mohammed. So that's the country that you're going to. That's why this relationship is important. And sure enough, not only had Sheikh Mohammed visited Delhi within 6 months of Prime Minister Modi, but again this year in January, he was the chief guest on our Republic Day, which was our way as a country and as a government of saying that this relationship is very special and it's something that we care about. And when I was seeing off Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed at the airport in Delhi, it was pouring, and we were all huddled on the tarmac. And I said, "Your Highness, I hope you had a good visit." And he said, "These were 2 of the best days of my life." So yeah, we've had 3 back-to-back summits in less than 2 years. We've signed a comprehensive strategic partnership. But what does all this mean in terms of the nuts and bolts of a relationship? Let me give you a few pointers on this. In the joint statement that was drafted, UAE committed to invest $75 billion in Indian infrastructure. No country anywhere has made that kind of an explicit, written commitment. There was a determination to deepen our defense and our security cooperation, a desire to develop closer cultural understanding, and to broaden the range of interactions across many different sectors. So for diplomats like us in Abu Dhabi and my colleagues in Dubai, these represent the challenge of breaking new ground and the opportunity to make a truly signal contribution to the relationship, something that maybe 10 years later, 20 years later, you look back and say, I was there and I was part of that historical process. That's the beauty of being a diplomat in a country when your relations are on such an upswing. Let me take 2 or 3 different dimensions, starting perhaps with the economic dimension, because who knows, some of you with business degrees, technical degrees may go on to become entrepreneurs or business leaders in your own right. How many people in this room know that India is UAE's largest trading partner with a non-oil trade, non-oil, of $52 billion? That means our trade is larger than their trade with China, with US, with Europe put together. How many know that for India, UAE is our 3rd largest trading partner after the US and China? So for a small country, these are significant numbers. But we know that the competition is aggressive and there's no room to be complacent. So our consulate in Dubai and our embassy in Abu Dhabi, through our economic section, we work with a number of different organizations to see which are the products in which we have a competitive advantage, which are the products where our market share is below what we are exporting to the rest of the world, which are the opportunities for us, and who our competitors are. We do these market studies, we share them with business organizations like FICCI and CII and ASSOCHAM, and with the Federation of Indian Organizations, export organizations. And we bring them to the export promotion councils themselves to say, hey guys, we think that there's an opportunity here for you in this country, and there's data to show that. We look at individual trade promotion events, and Dubai is a great hub of many, many trade promotion events. And we say, we think that you should participate in Gulf Foods, for example, because it's the biggest window for you to connect with other businesses from that sector. Or come to GITEX, the big IT exhibition in October, because that's a real opportunity for you to meet a lot of consumers of IT products. But then, it's not just trade on the economic side that's important, it's also investment. And here, unlike trade, the picture is quite lopsided. Lopsided because UAE is a capital surplus, a capital rich country, and India is a capital poor country. And yet, there's far more Indian investment to UAE than UAE investment in India. Look around. Half of Burj Khalifa is owned by Indians. Go to Emirates Hills, or many of the more humble addresses. Go to the free zones in Jabal Ali or Sharjah or Ras Al Khaimah, and you'll see how much Indian investment is there. But why go far? Come to this campus and see it for yourself. And look around in Dubai Educational City, and you'll see it. Now, we understand that India needs to do more to attract investment. We do know that we are not the easiest place to do business in, that there have been regulatory issues, there have been procedural issues, there have been bureaucratic issues, which have put off investors. Companies from here have gone to India and haven't had the best of times. And yet, in UAE, our message has to be that if you are looking for investment opportunities, then which is the country that has scale, stability, and growth? And India really does offer a combination of all three. But it's not the big picture alone that we talk about. We work, for example, with the Abu Dhabi Investment Authority, which is the world's second largest or largest sovereign wealth fund with assets of at least $800 billion, probably more. And we work with them. What are your areas of interest? What are the challenges that you face? And they say, you know, you put a 10% cap on investment in publicly listed companies when sovereign wealth funds invest. And that's a real problem for us because that 10% is applicable to all the sovereign funds in UAE, not just to one. So how do I know, as ADIA, how much Mubadala is investing, how much ADIC is investing, how much somebody from Dubai is investing or Sharjah is investing? And we work with our government, with Ministry of Finance and with SEBI, to try and resolve it. So we get into the actual nuts and bolts of how to facilitate UAE investment into India. And I personally find that really exciting, that I can make a difference. I've set up myself a target that this year we must take about 20,000 crores, $3 billion of UAE investment into India. And I'm pretty sure that we're going to make that. And it'll happen in sectors that matter to us, in renewable, in housing, in highways, in the National Infrastructure Fund of India, and a whole lot of other areas. So there's a lot of work going on. And that today, that economic diplomacy has become a central part of a diplomat's job. And then there is the more traditional role of a diplomat, what we call the political work, which used to be traditionally the bread and butter of a diplomat. Means you're focused on government-to-government relations, you're focused on the many agreements, the MOUs between countries that form the underpinning of the relationship. You work with think tanks, you work with others, and you see how you can make sure that the country in which you are posted, Abu Dhabi, UAE in this case, understands my concerns, is receptive to them and favorable to them. It could be in terms of India's relations with its neighbors. It could be our policy on climate change or terrorism. It could be our candidature for United Nations Security Council, or any of the other things that matter to us. So my job then as a diplomat is to make sure that there's a favorable, friendly ecosystem in the country in which I'm posted. But not just that. I also should keep an eye on what is happening in the region. So if there's a dispute going on between 4 Arab countries, including UAE and Qatar on the other side, I need to understand what it means. Does it have implications for the Indian community? Does it have implications for Indian corporates? Are Indian companies based here trying to access the GCC market adversely affected? If I don't understand, how do I intervene? How do I help? So again, as a diplomat, it becomes an integral part of our job. The third, which sometimes is underrated, but I give it a lot of importance, is what you'd call broadly press and culture, or information and culture. The information side is important because we need to engage with the local press, the local television, websites, online content generators, and social media to see how we can better interface. How do we get our message across to them? And as somebody who was working in our public diplomacy, it's something that I'm particularly passionate about. I make extensive use of social media. For those of you who are interested and know what a diplomat does, follow me on Twitter at Navdeep Suri and you'll know. You'll get a bird's eye view on what my daily activities are, and you'll be able to say, this guy is just having a good time, or I didn't know diplomats do that. I did tweet that I was on my way to the BITS PILANI Dubai campus to meet all of you. Similarly, on the cultural side, I strongly believe that we live in an era where lack of knowledge is creating this whole perception of the other that is feared, that is suspected. Who is the other? It could be another on the basis of religion, on the basis of color, on the basis of caste, on the basis of whatever else. There are plenty of forces out there to divide us, and culture is one that unites. And so, cultural diplomacy becomes an extremely important part of our toolkit to make sure that Indian culture, in all its diversity, is understood by the host country, by the people there. In a country like UAE, it has a different dimension because the Indian presence is so large. But in other countries, it can be a really important element, like it was in Egypt, where I was ambassador. I could delve into other important aspects of our work. I haven't spoken about defense cooperation, I haven't spoken about security cooperation, and I haven't spoken about the part that most Indians deal with, which is passports and visas, when they see an embassy. But there is one area that I do want to speak about, because that, in a sense, is unique for Indian embassies in the Gulf countries. And that is the Indian diaspora, the Indian community. Here, in UAE, we have an estimated 2.7 million Indians. Now, you might say, US has about 3 million Indians, so what's the big deal? The big deal is that in the US, a large majority would have US citizenship or green cards. Here, everybody is an Indian passport holder. And so they become our immediate responsibility. So we have a community affairs section in our embassy, and that is particularly important for interfacing with the 70% of our community that is blue collar. They are the workers who toil, and they are the ones who need maximum support from us. And so we do a lot of different things. We visit labor camps. We run a 24/7 helpline called the Indian Workers Resource Center in 4 different languages. We have an Indian Community Welfare Fund through which we try to assist Indians in distress. And we keep an open house at the embassy every single working day, 9 to 12. Anyone can walk in without an appointment to make sure that our consular officers or our community welfare officers are there to listen to them and to see how we can assist them. We run a shelter for female workers, runaways who are domestic servants in houses, who've been abused or have fallen into troubled times. We run a shelter for them here in Dubai. And so on. I mean, I could go on the number of things that we try to do for the welfare of Indians in distress. And why is it important? Why should I go to a labor camp to see, are the living conditions okay? Is the food okay? Are people getting their salaries on time? Because those Indians contributed last year $15 billion in remittances to India. They come here to make a living, to save every penny that they can save. And each one of them, if he supports a family of 4 or 5 back home. That's 10 million people who are dependent on the earnings of those who are working here. So it becomes critical for us to do whatever we can to look after them. My advice to our own team is always that look at the conditions in which they are working. 45 degrees outside, these are the guys toiling. And always treat with empathy. We have a minister, Mrs. Sushma Swaraj, who's made a name for her empathy towards workers, wherever they are, towards the diaspora. And I can tell you that because she is so accessible on social media, on Twitter, as a result, interesting things happen in our lives. Today, we got a tweet this morning. We are trapped here in UAE after being offered salary of 1,500. Now they are asking us to work for 500. No food, mobile number such and such. And if I were to play, they've actually done a video. And it's heartbreaking what they've sent us. This is the new age of social media, of instant communications, and how the job of a diplomat has evolved, has changed to be more responsive to something like this coming our way. So I hope that this very brief address will encourage maybe a few of you to also look at the Foreign Service as a career option. What I've said is not an exhaustive list of what we do. Every day is different. The challenges on each day are different. There's not a single day that I can say this is what my routine is going to be, because there will be every day something new and unexpected that shows up on your doorstep. And I find that really rewarding that you have to deal with that. Before I conclude, I'd like to share one last thought. On this most special of days in the life of a university and its students, it's important to recognize your good fortune that you have received a top quality education, one that has opened up a life of opportunity to you, but also bear a thought for those who may never get a similar chance because of their family circumstances. About 10 days back, in his address on the eve of our Independence Day, President Shri Ramnath Kovind urged each one of us to try and support at least one child in her education so that she too can move forward in life. And our Prime Minister, on the occasion of the Quit India movement, urged us to take the Sankalp Se Siddhi pledge. Sankalp Se Siddhi. Achievement through determination. And I would urge all of you to bear this really important aspect of social responsibility in mind as we move forward in our own respective careers. Now, I'm cognizant that there are some in this room who may not be from India, but I think if you look at the message and just change the word India to whichever other country, the message remains equally valid, equally powerful. So, may I, as I read this out, request you to say it silently in your own mind, in your own head, in your own heart, as I go forward. Let us together pledge that by 2022 we build a new India. Let us together pledge towards a clean India. Let us together pledge towards a poverty-free India. Let us together pledge towards a corruption-free India. Let us together pledge towards a terrorism-free India. Let us together pledge towards a communalism-free India. Let us together pledge towards a casteism-free India. Together, let us strive wholeheartedly to accomplish this pledge for a new India. Thank you very much.